I'd like to just share a few words of advice with you. Since you are a spiritual seeker, you are a determined seeker, you are a seeker of abundance in life, you are a seeker of holistic happiness. I see that, I feel that, I know that. So a few things that you must observe very, very strictly now on is that advance holistically in life, if you want to advance in all areas of your life, whether you're a doctor or you're a pilot or you're a CEO or you're a engineer or you're whatever field you're serving, if you want to excel your growth, if you want to stand on the top, if you want to rise on your ladder, then the first and foremost thing you must remember and bear in mind is that you have to have a set spiritual discipline. So today on, set yourself a spiritual discipline. And this discipline has to be a daily discipline. Just as you set goals in other areas of life, you have to set a discipline, a goal for yourself on this path as well, because it's your foundation, right? And not just that, you got to deeply yearn for attainment of your goal. So set a goal for yourself and then deeply yearn to attain your goal. You must practice. You must practice every day. So a disciplined practice of yoga. What yoga I'm talking about? Not the exercises. I'm talking about the highest yoga. Yoga means connection. Yoga means communion. Who we commune with, who do we connect with? Ikonkar. So daily practice of your connection with the Ikonkar by the Shabad Guru Dhyan Sadhana. What is Shabad Guru Dhyan Sadhana? The word, the Shabad, the Bani that we hear, we chant, we read. And then Dhyan Sadhana means to contemplate on the Shabad, to meditate on the Shabad. The Nam Abhyas. These have to go unfailingly every day with you. Dedicate yourself a time. How much time can you dedicate? How much time you see, as much growth you want, as much time you must dedicate. So set yourself from small and then aspire for big, so that you don't initially fall flat and the faith is kept intact. Third and most important is Satsangaji. Along with practicing Nam, Jap and Bani Abhyas, we have to do certain things in the external world. A Nam Abhyasi must abstain from criticizing others. You must put a lock on your tongue. You must observe your speech. You must observe your thoughts. We, as Nam Abhyasis, you must abstain from criticizing or feeling hostile towards the other. I know it's difficult, especially if you are in that habit of criticizing others easily, or you are in those company of those people who keep on criticizing and gossiping others. But you got to be aware, if you want to rise the top of the pyramid, then you have to be different from others. You have to practice what others are not practicing. So the most important, the third aspect you got to take care of is you got to abstain from criticizing others. You got to abstain from feeling hostile towards others. If somebody does bad to you, you simply have to understand that you have people in life sometimes that their mere presence is enough to shake you off the ground. But you've got to understand why that is happening. That is happening because of the previous accounts. There is a pralabdha, there is a purva karam with that soul. Once this gurmat comes in us, that there is a purva karam with that soul, there is a previous account open with that soul. That means we have done something wrong to that person at previous stage in our lives. We may not remember that person is just his or her mere presence is making you feel so rattled that now when you have that understanding, what's the immediate response that comes from within us when you know that you were at fault somewhere in the background in the past lives? The immediate thing that comes within us is forgiveness, compassion for that person. So simply forgive that person, be more compassionate, and move away from that scene. But do not indulge or fall down into criticizing the person or feeling hostile. The only emotions that must come in you is compassion or forgiveness. Fourth most important thing is that on this path, once we're practicing the Nam Abhyas and Shabad Guru sadhana, we have to practice forgiveness on a daily basis. Why am I saying practice forgiveness? Because if you practice it every day, you're telling your mind that I'm practicing. That means even if you fail, even if you miss that part, miss that chance, at least later when that incident has happened, you can forgive yourself, you can forgive the person and quickly come to terms, come back to being friends and being humble and being harmonious with that person. So practicing forgiveness, I say, till you become perfect. So you must practice forgiveness daily. And you know, Satsangaji, it works wow. When you set yourself a goal that today I'm going to practice forgiveness, and you don't really focus on a individual, then it becomes a very holistic view. You know, it becomes a general commitment, and the chances of our success is much greater than if we focus ourselves on one person and say, because your mind would never allow you to forgive that person because of the previous sanskaras, right? So practice forgiveness every day without fail. Set a goal for yourself. Give yourself marks at the end of it. Let's say give yourself 10 points. That my forgiveness, or let's say the most difficult part that you have for the day. If it's most difficult for you to forgive people, then rate yourself highest of that. So let's say give yourself, so make a chart of 100. So give yourself 50 on forgiveness. So at the end of the day, because this 50 is going to motivate you to forgive, at the end of the day, you must return back to your balance sheet and tick yourself a win. So this is going to set the foundation for the next day. Another word of advice is the choice of your words have to be very selective. Because you are practicing Bani and Nam Abhyas, explained in my previous sessions, those who practice discipline of Nam Jap, where there is Prabhu ka Simran, Prabhu himself is there. So the Bhakta becomes the Prabhu becomes the Bhakt. That's the power of a true Bhakta. When we are practicing Nam Jap and invoking Vahe Guru, the dispeller of darkness, the primal being, the supreme most being, so much of power stores in the aura of that person that you have extra responsibility on yourself on what you speak. Because what you speak will come true in time. And so your choice of the words, you got to start practicing from today. Use only positive words. Cut out your slangs and your negative words from your dictionary. It's no stylish to practice wrong words. It's no stylish to practice slangs. Stick to simple, positive vocabulary. So change your vocabulary. And you got to do it starting now and today. So find out what do you most frequently say, which is negative. Cut that out first. Cut out 2 words in a go. Cut out 4 words the next day. This way, again, rate yourself a number and to keep yourself self-inspired and motivated. Another thing is the thought. So where is the first word spoken? The first word is spoken in the mind. So be aware of the thoughts again. So you're going to start changing your thoughts. I'll give you a very small technique. You hate somebody. You've been hating that person for a long time. You can't stop hating. You want to not hate. You know it's wrong. You know it's giving you trouble. But you still can't stop hating that person. What do? You simply see how that person is helping you. Write down on a piece of paper, make a chart, write that person's name on top, and write down what is that person helping you become. Or let's say, what are the virtues that you have to use more when you are in presence of that person? For example, when I come in face with B makes me, I have to use extra patience to be with B. Or I have to use extra forgiveness to be with B. Or I have to use selective words when I'm with B. So write that down. In Satsangaji, this is beautiful, because when you will read what you've written, what your soul, what comes from within your gut, the core, you will find that actually that person is here as a gift of Vaheguru to help you grow, to help you become stronger. That means you are weak on those levels, and Akal Purakh knows what you're capable of, and he wants to give you a higher level. But higher level requires preparation. If you take a higher spiritual position, if Vaheguru blesses you, he wants to bless you. So he's going to throw situations at you in your path, which requires of you to use extra virtues. So simply writing down on a piece of paper is going to greatly help you become more understanding and open your heart towards that person. Because the problem is we are seeing the other person as enemy. But now that we start identifying Vaheguru in the other person, the whole game changes. Isn't that a game changer? So you follow that and you do that. The next piece of advice for you, Satsangaji, is consider this as an arrow. This side is satisfaction, and this side is expectation. Usually in life, how does the arrow point? The satisfaction side points at us, and the expectation points at the other, isn't it? We are always satisfied with ourselves, and we are always expecting from the other. It's time to change the arrow. So change the arrow. Never, ever, ever be satisfied with yourself. If you become satisfied with yourself at this stage, when you're climbing the ladder, when you are moving up towards your goal, the destination, the Vaheguru, if you become satisfied here, it's death. It's complete death. So never be satisfied with yourself. And here, the satisfaction arrow should always point outside. I am satisfied with the way this person is. Needs to change for me to be happy. I'm satisfied with what's happening on the outside. No expectation from the outside. I'm satisfied with how this person behaves. There's no expectation. All expectation is here. All expectation. Okay, I'm satisfied with that person. I need to use more forgiveness. I'm satisfied with this person. I need to use more compassion. Always expect from yourself. Another very important and vital advice is that on this path, as we will continue to do Nam Jap and Shabad Guru Abhyas and Sadhana, Dhyan Sadhana, you will have many days when you're feeling blissed out. Many, many moments where you feel completely blissed out. Do not stop there, Satsangaji. That is not self-realization. Do not mistake blissful moments for attainment of self-realization, for attainment of, Akal Purakh realization. Many days will be when you do not stop there. The effort must go on. Stick to your Nam Jap, increase your Nam Jap Abhyas, increase your Shabad Guru Dhyan Sadhana. Another very important piece of advice is, as you practice Nam Jap and as you increase the dose of Nam Jap, you will have many visions. You will have many, many visions while you're sleeping, in a semi-sleep state, in a meditative state. And I have many of my students and many, many abhyasis who ask these questions. I saw this, I saw that. You will also have premonitions, many things, because like I explained, the Devi Gun will start coming. All the Dev Guns will start emerging. You will have many, it feels like supernatural powers are coming. But do not feel distracted from these visions. And I would say, do not even pay attention to them. Not even pay attention to them. Just simply focus on Akal Purakh, focus on your sadhana. Supernatural powers, if you get distracted at that level, you will miss the road. They are very powerful distractors. Again, they are illusions of Maya. Maya will come. Maya will show you some visions. We'll try to, 2-3 visions will come true, 5 visions will come true, premonitions will come true. But do not get distracted. Do not pay attention to the visions. Don't pay attention to what happens. When you're doing sadhana, you must only stay centered and focused and balanced in the one great giver, Akal Purakh. Right? Another advice for you is waste speaking. You must be, the abhyasi has to be a man of least words. Why? Like I said, you got to choose your words wisely and consciously speak. You must conserve this energy that you will absorb, will acquire, and the energy that builds the Akal Purakh's energy is very powerful energy. You don't waste this energy out. So you speak least. Most energy we waste away in the wasted words. So man, you have to be a man of least words. And last but not the least, do not give up. Do not give up before you reach your destination. This is the path of gung ho. This is the path of the most determined people. This is not path of the weak. And this is a path for those who only and only see themselves as born victors of God. The born princesses and the born princess. It's not a path of the world. It's a path of the rarest few. And Bani says, virle, virle. So you are the rare few, and we don't need crowds. We need the rare few to reach the top. So thank you for being patient and listening to this.